The city. A sweaty, repugnant, sometimes spicy, safe haven for greed, darkness, and corruption. But the city's also home to pure, wholesome fare like afternoons in the park, clowning around, and rollerblading and shit. Yes, the city, where our grandest dreams go to die. Anyway, how pray tell do we get around in our fair city? Well, I'll tell you how. By way of the streets. But have you ever been out and about in our city and noticed one of these? Just what in the hay are they any old farting way? These strange, silly passageways are cropping up every which way. They're called alleys, and they really are everywhere. Even behind Mrs. Garter's house. Even in the red light district of Amsterdam. And even in between the very street you live on and the very next street parallel to it. Alleys are just like the streets we know and love, only more narrow. They're like a poor man's street, if you will. Think of them as full-size streets, but for small people or gnomes. Alleys are home to some of the world's best art. Over the years, alleys have gotten an unfair reputation as being unsafe to walk in. In reality, figures show that if you walk through an alley rather than a street, you are only about 12 times more likely to be assaulted or raped. Here's an idea. If you're too big of a pansy to check out an alley by yourself, why not go in pairs? Better yet, groups of 5 or more. With 5 in your group, or gang, if you will, safety will be the least of your concerns. Alleys are also useful for other things. An alley can be an excellent place to relieve your bladder and intestines of the burden of hauling around excess urine or feces. Well, now that you know and love alleys, let's learn a little bit more about a few specific alleys. The alley you're looking at now is one of the most famous alleys in the world, for reasons undisclosed. Pictured here is the alley where former basketball great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar died. Or may have died, I should say. I guess I should point out that he may also not have died in this alley. What's that? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar isn't dead? There you go. Thanks to the harsh inequities of civilization, alleys often provide the only petty shelter we afford the homeless. We do not accept them on our commercial streets, but barely tolerate them mingling and bagging for our change, and so they are unofficially banished. Swept from sight and relegated to our city's alleys. So you see, alleys really are poor man's streets if you think about it. Fortunately, we can all go back to not thinking about it. Well, we hope you found this piece on alleys to be right up your alley. Good night.